Well, hello there. I'm Paul Kirch, host and founder of Boss Academy Radio. You can find us at bossacademy.com. I'm also the president of Websites and Leads out of websitesandleads.com, where we can turn your static business card webpage into a dynamic lead conversion tool. So I want to talk to you about something that a good friend of mine brought up. She had suggested that, we were talking about stress. We're talking about how sometimes we just wait till the last minute to get things done. And she said the phrase, the best deals get forged in fire. We're not talking about that show, Forged in Fire. We're talking about the idea that sometimes we need a little bit of heat to make things happen. And if you're that kind of person where you need a little pressure to make things move forward and to get to your goals, we've got to talk about this today. Because I tell you, it's something we all face from time to time. I went through a really tough period where I was stressed about life. I was depressed because I was going through a divorce. And I really found myself procrastinating, putting things off in a way that I hadn't. Because you know what? The pressure wasn't on. My mind was focused on other things. So how do we put ourselves in a position where we move forward? Well, one of the best ways is to put a little heat on ourselves. How do we do that? Through planning, through goal setting some realistic timelines. If you set the goal that I want to lose some weight, that's not really a goal. It's more of a statement. A goal would be, I want to lose 20 pounds by March 15th. Now you've got a solid date to target. You've got a solid weight loss target. Now all you need to do is put a plan in place. How are you going to do it? Okay, so I'm going to eat less food. What does that mean? Okay, so maybe I'm going to have a green smoothie for lunch every day. I'm going to ride my bike 10 miles 3 days a week. Now all of a sudden you've got a real plan in place. These are things you can actually apply. And as you get closer to that March 15th, if you aren't anywhere near your goal, you're either going to be really motivated because you're going to feel the heat and feel the pressure, because if you don't hit that target, you're letting yourself down, you're letting others around you down. Now, maybe weight loss isn't something that you're really that motivated with, but in your business, I guarantee you can find those things. So maybe it's financial targets. Hey, I need 5 new clients by April 1st. Okay, so now put a plan in place to figure out how you're going to get there. Now, my good friend Keith Ledick, he had mentioned that we all need mini habits. Mini habits are similar to what I call the 5-minute jumpstart. So let's talk about the idea of setting some realistic, very attainable targets that you can leverage. So he mentioned, as an example, the idea of doing 1 push-up a day. Almost anybody can do 1 push-up a day. And if you set the target of 1 push-up a day and you get it done, you've got a victory, right? What happens, though, when you get down to do that 1 push-up? Chances are you might just see how many you can do. You might do 2 or 3. You might do 5. And then every day you might do more. See, the thing about mini habits, it's a jump start. It is momentum moving you forward, and that is the key. So I like to call 5-minute jump starts something very similar, where you take the idea of doing something for 5 minutes. We can do almost anything for 5 minutes, right? Let's say that you don't want to make client calls. You're tired of rejection. You're tired of facing those no's. And you had a rough day the day before. It's like, I just hate the idea of getting on the phone and making a phone call. I'm going to do it for 5 minutes. What happens after you've done it for 5 minutes? Well, maybe you find that it wasn't so bad. Maybe you actually have a good call. Maybe you start to move forward. Maybe you spend 5 minutes turning it into 30 minutes. See, you need momentum. You need movement forward. There's this phenomenal video on YouTube where this woman's running a marathon, and she falls. She's fairly close to the finish line, but she falls and picks herself back up. She falls again, picks herself back up, falls again. Her ankle's clearly given out. People come around her to try and pick her up, and she waves them off, and she picks herself up, and she starts moving forward. She keeps falling until she gets across that finish line. Now, it's hard to watch, but the beautiful message there is if you fall forward, you can still reach the finish line. So get some forward momentum, create some mini habits in your life that allow you to move forward. And if you're really struggling and you really want to get some progress, you need to find a way to put some heat on that stuff you're working on, because the best deals are truly forged in fire. So I encourage you to set some real targets, some real goals, and move forward. And push yourself in whatever way you need. And you know what? Everyone knows what it takes to motivate them. You can't tell me what motivates you is going to definitely work on me, but I know within me what drives me. And if I'm not getting there, and I know that I can make it happen by creating some of these habits, creating some of this momentum, it's a powerful thing. So anyway, hopefully this is helpful. My name is Paul Kirch. I am the host and founder of Boss Academy Radio, also the president of Websites and Leads at websitesandleads.com, where we're going to take your static business card webpage and turn it into a dynamic lead conversion tool. Thank you so much for listening. Hope you have an amazing day.